Issue my Civic was having was I was getting power, but whenever I would try to crank the car, I would just get a click. And so let me show you what I did to diagnose this and go through the troubleshooting tree, because a lot of people automatically go to the worst subjects. They go to the most expensive parts and try to replace those, and it ends up being something simple. So let me show you my troubleshooting process. So this battery is brand new, so I kind of eliminated the battery, but just to double check, I put my multimeter, set it to volts DC, and connect one lead to one terminal and the other lead to the other terminal, and I was reading like 12.6 volts. So my battery was good. The next thing I thought of was the clutch safety switch, which is inside the car. So your clutch safety switch prohibits you from engaging from starting the car without the clutch engaged. So that way you don't start the car in first gear and automatically go forward. It's a safety feature. And so here's the clutch. Just follow the clutch up. And it's not this switch right here. I believe that's for your cruise control or something. There's another silver cylinder. Let me find it on the camera real quick. Up there, that silver cylinder, there's a yellow connector that goes to it. Take off that yellow connector and put a jumper wire from one terminal to the other and try to start the car. And if your car starts, then that is your issue. But I tried that, my car still didn't start, and so I came to fuses. So here's the fuse box in the engine compartment. I was having trouble finding the diagram for these relays right here. But so I just checked all the continuity between the fuses and these combined fuses as well. Because this 50 ohm one, that one is for the starter. And if that breaks, then you just have to replace this whole combination fuse. But I checked all the fuses, everything was good. I checked all the fuses inside, continuity on all of them. And just to double check, I went under the car where the starter is. So here is the starter right here. I just replaced it. So this is the starter, and I just had someone in the car trying to turn on the car, and I could hear the solenoid for the starter. Now, if your solenoid is out, then you won't hear an electronic noise, and you can hit it with a hammer and it might start, or it might and it might not start if you hit it with the hammer. But that's whenever I determined that it is probably the mechanical, like the motor within the starter. So let me show you how I took this off. There's a bracket that goes somewhere, that goes right here. I removed that bracket, and that bolt right there is a 17 millimeter. If you are able to break it from underneath, if you're able to break the torque from underneath, I would do that, but I couldn't. So I didn't have enough leverage, so I had to come up here and break the torque on it. And let's see if I can. There it is right there. So I had to just put the ratchet on it and then break it from up top, and I did so. I had to remove the radiator cover, and that's just a few 10 millimeter bolts. You don't have to remove the bumper, but I did just for easy access. My bumper is already messed up, so it's easy to pop off. And then there's one on top diagonally from this bolt, and that one is hard to get. So what I did is this bar that runs right here, I came along the front end of this with a 9/16 with a deep socket 9/16 ratcheting wrench, and I came in at an angle, and I put it on there, and it took me forever, but I finally got it. I broke it loose and finally got it out. It's actually easier to put this back in than it is to take it off, because that top bolt, I'll show you a picture. I'll put a picture up. the top bolt is long, and so it protrudes further out, and it's not flush with, not flush, but butting up against the starter like this one right here. So it's an extended bolt that's super long, and you're not gonna touch this one. That keeps the starter together. You're not gonna touch that. But yeah, took that out. There's a terminal with a 13 millimeter nut, I believe. That one's super easy to take off. And then there is a clip, an electrical wire with the clip holding it in. So I took that off and replaced it, and now the car starts back up. So that's how I did it personally. There's some good videos on how to do it that do step by step, but I just couldn't find any with a Civic Si 2012, so here it is. Thank you.